Have you ever looked in the mirror and asked, who am I? Who am I really? I'm not talking about the version you show to the world. I'm not talking about your job title. I'm not talking about the labels people give you. I'm definitely not talking about your social media bio. I'm talking about the real you. Somewhere along the way, life's pain, rejection, and disappointment made you forget who you really are. You started believing you were just another number. You were just another name, just another story with no ending. But today, we're going to change that. You see, in this video, I'm going to take you on a powerful journey from lost identity to divine authority. I'm going to take you from confusion to clarity, from surviving life to ruling in your God-given purpose. This isn't just motivation. It is a spiritual reset. And by the end of it, you won't just feel better. You know who you are. So the question now is, who are you? You are the daughter. You are the son of the Most High God. And it's time to live like it. See, in every generation, there is a silent epidemic. It's more dangerous than disease, and it's called identity crisis. We are living in a world where people don't know who they are. They define themselves by titles. They define themselves by failures, by traumas, by fame, and even by their followers. But let me ask you something. When you strip away the job title and you strip away the makeup and the fake hair and the fake everything, and you strip away the degree, the likes, the labels, who are you really? I have heard it said, if you don't know the purpose of a thing, you will abuse it. Many of us, including myself, have been abusing ourselves emotionally, mentally, and spiritually because we didn't know who we were and we didn't know our purpose. We've become addicted to surviving instead of living as the daughter and son of God. For example, take Lisa, a woman who spent 15 years trying to be a good woman. Trying to be good enough for a man who never chose her. She lost herself. She didn't even recognize her own reflection anymore. But when she discovered her identity as the daughter of God, she stopped auditioning for love and she became love. And she rebuilt her life from dignity and not from desperation. See, identity is not something you earn. It's something you accept. You were born with purpose. You were designed with intention. You are not here to blend in. You were created to stand out. Let me ask you a question. If a lion is raised among sheep, does it stop being a lion? No. It simply forgets how to roar. Some of you have forgotten how to roar. You have forgotten who your father is. You have forgotten the royal blood that runs through your veins. You have accepted average. You have settled for survival and have adopted false names. Names like unworthy, Not good enough. I am broken. It's too late. But God calls you something else. He calls you chosen. He calls you my beloved. He calls you her. And He calls you more than a conqueror. So it's time to stop agreeing with the lies and start aligning with God's truth. So how do we do that? First of all, you have to renew your mind. Romans 12:2 says, "Be transformed by the renewing of your mind." You cannot transform your life without transforming your thoughts. So stop repeating what the enemy told you and start declaring what God says about you. Secondly, you have to reconnect with God. You are not a product of culture. You are a product of the Creator. Go back to your source. When a product breaks, where do you take it to? You take it back to the manufacturer. Some people are trying to fix their lives by going to the wrong places. You need to return to God, the one who made you. Third, you have to redefine your environment. If you are surrounded by people who don't know who they are, you stay confused. Get around other sons and daughters of God. Get around people who speak life, people who see your value and who call out your greatness. Look at John, for example, a former gang member from Chicago. He lived in chaos for years, but one day in prison, he read a Bible verse that said, "I no longer call you servants, I call you friends." That moment shifted everything. He started walking, talking, and thinking like a kingdom man. Today, he runs a mentorship program helping young men discover their worth because he found his. This is where it gets powerful. You don't just know your identity, you live it. Let me say it again. You don't just know your identity, you live it. Listen, sons and daughters of God don't walk in fear. They walk in faith. They don't settle for scrap. They sit at the table of royalty. They don't perform for approval. They move from a place of already being accepted. To live as a daughter or son of God means you speak with authority. You dream without limit. You love without condition. You forgive without chains. You show up in rooms with the confidence of someone who belongs because you do. But this isn't about arrogance. It's about alignment. You are aligning with heaven's perspective of who you are. So today, I dare you to introduce yourself. Not as a woman who was left. Nah, not as a man who failed. Definitely not as a woman, as a girl who was abused. And not as the boy who was abandoned. But as the daughter of a king and as the son of the creator of galaxies. You are not random. You hear me? You are not rejected. You are not rejected. You are redeemed. I want you to look in the mirror today and say this. I am royalty. Repeat after me. I am royalty. I am chosen. I am chosen. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am a child of God. I am a child of God. You have spent enough time forgetting. Now it's time to remember. This is your identity shift. This is your divine comeback. This is your moment to rise, not just as a believer, but as the heir of the kingdom. God is waiting for you to stand up in your rightful place. So go ahead, fix your crown, strengthen your shoulders, and walk like you know whose you are. So, finally, if this message stirred something inside of you, don't just leave inspired, leave transformed. And comment below, I am a child of God. And share this with someone who needs to remember their true identity. Thank you.